Hi again, it's Rafi from Mygoals, and we're going to take you through what we call our assumption builder, located here, second tab on the top left of the app. And this is where you're going to make all of the assumptions for your financial plan for your client who may be single or who could be married as well. For this video, we're going to focus on building optimization assumptions for a single investor. Recall that he was 45 and he lives in Ontario. We're going to continue. There are 4 building blocks. It is essential, please, that you save your work as you go along. It's a little bit of work up front, but every scenario building block and then the combination of the 4 can all be saved. And this is later so you can mix and match for each client on the fly, but it does take a little bit of work and a little bit of organization up front. And we're going to take you through that now. So at the top of the house right here, I would create and save a combination, and you can bring in that whole combination later to represent these 4 scenario blocks. So we've saved the combination, and now let's go and look at each block. Again, not only the combination, but each scenario needs a name and save it. Okay, and you're going to get a confirm. It's the same flow for every step along the way. This person will retire at 65, and we're looking at a terminal age of 92. We have some increases in their income built in for 5 years, and then 1% thereafter. And we put in no increase to their lifestyle. This is above and beyond inflation. As you earn more, you can spend more. That's represented there. We would save that. We've called it client 1 single. We would save that, and that becomes part of this combination. So that is saved already. Let's go on to the next building block, desired outcome scenario. This is where the brains of the optimization starts. We can optimize within retirement a combination of after-tax income and legacy. In this case, what we're doing is we're saving towards a legacy of $500,000, after which we're going to maximize after-tax income. You could go the other way, where you could maximize legacy and then constrain it with the desired after-tax income, but we're going to go this way. You can go either way, but it's a fairly simple interrelation between legacy and income. And again, we called it client 1, 500K legacy max income. Let's save that, and we'll go to the 3rd building block. The 3rd building block are rates and tax changes. We're assuming at the account level here a 5% real return for RRSP, 5% for TFSA. This is irrelevant. It could be 0. That's the group RRSP assumption and the RESP assumption. And these need not be equal, okay? And then within non-registered, because there are tax implications for interest, for eligible dividends, and for capital gains, we've split it up 2.5 and 2.5 with no income-bearing certificates, bonds, mortgage investment corps, etc. And again, we're going to call this client 1 high returns, no tax changes. Over here would be where you input your inflation rate, and the inflation will link absolutely to the defined benefits, mortgage calculations, and non-registered investments. And the tax changes, this is a really interesting module where you can go into any year and you can put increases and decreases to tax rates. In particular, it's calculated off the total taxes that you pay. So if you paid $100,000 in taxes in 2020, and you think that rates are going to rise by 10%, not at the marginal tax rate, the taxes you paid, you could go, well, let's say 2022 now, and you could put in 10, save that, and it will re-optimize. And it will bias, depending on what the optimizer predicts for you, it could bias you away from RRSPs and more towards TFSAs and non-registered, because it might be less advantageous at that point to save into your RRSP. So that's rates and tax changes. The last of the 4 building blocks we call capacity and priorities. On the right-hand side, we allocate 100% of your savings to the 3 goals that we cover right now. And right now we're putting 70% of our savings into retirement, 10 into education. We will not oversave. And then 20% into mortgage, depending on the maximum prepayment that you have. On the left-hand side is how we rank goals. Retirement is always the last of the three goals because it's the longest duration of the three goals. So in this case, once mortgage is paid off, that cash flow will go to education, and anything in excess will flow automatically into retirement. We call this our water flow effect, and this is how you're able to continuously save in our CSVs and our projections and our calls to action without having to retweak it once the goal is achieved. So this is our assumption builder. We hope you found this helpful, and we look forward to seeing you and talking to you again in our next video. Thanks, and have a great day.